Hello, this is Shannon from Shannon Feeling Crafty. I'm going to be sharing some things about my cat wreath today. I don't see anybody on yet. Hopefully I will. Before I get started with the wreath, I just want to say I'm adding my nephew Tierney as an admin on my page to help me with comments and other things, and to post some of his work. He is very good at art and craft as well. So if you enter, could you please leave a comment? I would love to see who's here. So I see there are a few friends here, so please leave a comment and ask any questions that you need to ask throughout. I have a hard time seeing the comments from here, so I'm just going to do the best I can. Hello, Arnez. Hello, Donna. I'm trying to see if I can get the comments on my iPad, but it's not letting me. So, hello, Kathy. So to start the cat wreath, and I know I shared this already, but not all of you see all of my posts. So for today, I'm going to be using 16-inch foam wreath frame. It actually is 15.6. But most people call it 16, and with the yarn on it really is closer to 16. I have cat cutout. I've already painted it black. I've already painted it black, but it will be wrapped in yarn. You can keep yours painted. You can add glitter. You can put felt on it, whatever. I usually wrap it in yarn, which I think is the most ridiculous thing because it takes forever. Please leave a comment if you join my live because, oh, hello, Angela, and hello, Mel. So, this is what the cat looks like after the yarn is on it, and it has a lot of mistakes if you look at it up close, but I do the best that I can. This is the chunky yarn. I got this chunky yarn on Amazon, but they have it in all the craft stores. I think in Hobby Lobby, they didn't have pure white, but they might now. But I know I've seen it other places. I just order on Amazon because I've needed it a lot recently, and it comes like the next day. Here is my bow maker. It's called M's Bow and Go. It's from Craft Outlet, and I had an easy bow maker, but I changed it, and the reason why is because this closes. So I'm going to be using that later. I picked 4 ribbons. You can pick as many as you want. I have 2 2.5-inch ribbons and 2 1.5-inch ribbons. I have these painted little Jenga blocks that I actually use to put at the base of the cat so it doesn't fall over. It's not sophisticated. I've heard some people using pipe cleaners and floral wires. Hi, Stacy. Stacy is my neighbor. She lives downstairs. She can probably actually hear me, but she's on. So I use these. Some people say that they've wrapped them around. I have no idea how they do that. So if you know anyone who does that, you can ask them. These are the Jingle Bells. They come in a pack of 6 at Hobby Lobby, but 2 of them are green. So I'm going to put them on my tree for a Grinch vibe. These are the ribbons I chose right here to hang them from the tree. Hang them from the wreath. You can use any ribbon, thread, floral wire, yarn, whatever, pipe cleaners. So I'm just going to start, and I'm going to be like a cooking show. You know how they don't show you, hi Linda, how they don't show you the whole entire part, and they're like, oh, I already have one in the oven. Well, that's what I'm going to do with this, because I don't think you want to sit here and watch me wrap this whole wreath frame, because I'm slow. It takes a long time. I'm sorry if I don't answer any of your comments. My phone is very small and it's kind of far away. I'm going to tilt this down so you can see better what I'm doing and less of my face. Okay, perfect. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm taking my little Gorilla glue gun. It gets yarn all over it. It has like glitter and sparkle all over it from using it. I have a fancy Ryobi one, but it gets so hot that I burn myself all the time on projects like this. So I'm just going to use this. I just hot glue it at the beginning and several places along while I'm doing it. Whoops, I'm tangled. And then just wrap it through. Excuse me, I'm jingling like crazy. I sent one of these to someone, and the people at the post office were like, what is that? Because it was jingling. So I keep doing this until I get all the way around, and I just every once in a while add a little line of glue. I don't know why. I'm heavy-handed with the glue gun. So that's really how you wrap the wreath frame, but I have one already wrapped. So I'm going to take that out. And here is, excuse me, here is one that I already have wrapped. Please comment if you're here so that I can see what you have to say. Oh, here we go. I have you on here now. I can see people on my iPad. Wonder if that will continue. All right, so after I do this, then I'm going to wrap the cat. I usually wrap the cat later because I hate wrapping the cat. I haven't found a good way to do it. I don't know where I put that black one. Here. So here's my cat. When you buy the cats, most of the places sell them. I don't know why I can't see those of you that just commented. Hi, Chris. Most places sell them by width, which isn't how we think of them. So if I put it here on my board, it actually is 8 inches wide. So that's how I had to buy it, and it took a mistake to realize that, but they do show you. So it's really only about 6.5 inches high. If you get a smaller cat, you can still wrap it, but at a certain point you can't. So what I did when I made this, and I've done it like a million different ways because I haven't found a good way yet. The size of the wreath frame, it's a 16 inch or a 15.6 inch foam wreath frame is technically what it is. But it ends up being 16 inches with the yarn. I think the smaller frame is 13.8 inches. I also have used that one, but then I use a cat that's 7 inches wide. Does that answer your question? All right, so I just used, where is it? So here's the really thin velvety chenille yarn. I don't remember where I bought this, but I just ordered some on Amazon, and I had to do a return where they gave me the money back, but I didn't have to send it back because it was way too thin, because the weights were wrong. So I ended up getting a 5 weight, but it's still thin. So those of you who know anything about yarn, which I don't, that will help you. So I want the cat facing this way, so I'm going to glue gun the back, like use a glue gun on the back as much as I can. And then I'm going to paint some tacky glue on the front. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. It might not be, but this is the Shannon Feeling Crafty way that I've done recently. And I don't put it on the whole frame because I can't see your comments. I hope there aren't any. Hello. I can't see them up there. Hold on. Let me fix this so I can. No, it's not letting me. Okay, so then I paint the tacky glue and I start wrapping it around. And same thing with the frame. After however many, I glue it on the back again, and I get glue strings all over myself and things like that. So that's kind of how I go about it. And those who have done this or tried to do it have asked me about the details. And all I can say about the details is you have to kind of improvise, and you have to improvise, and you can't wrap it through the head. You have to like find another way to do it. So here's part of the cat wrapped. I don't know if you can see that because it's painted. Where do I get the cats? There are a lot of answers to that question. I personally have gotten the cats from 24hourcrafts.com, and you can get them in a whole bunch of different sizes. This is 8 inches wide. That's how they sell them. I don't know why they sell them by width, but they sell them by width. But it's 6.5 inches high, and they show you like a little diagram of how they measure it. So please look at those diagrams wherever you buy it. A lot of people have seen them on Amazon. Some people say they have it in Dollar Tree. I don't think it's an identical cat, but it's similar. My Dollar Tree does not have these cats. I've seen different cats on Etsy. So that's the answer to that. So when I get to the details, like here, I actually bent a pipe cleaner and glued it on there. And I've done that in a few other areas. The head is the hardest part. You can wrap the arm, you can wrap the tail. You have to be careful with the foot, the head, and the end of the arm. So I just kind of improvise and work it until it looks right. If you look at the back, I don't know if you can see like all the clumpy part on the back. Do the best I can. The front looks pretty good. All right, so there's that. And then for the jingle bells, I will use the ribbons in a second, but I'm gonna, well, I don't have it, so I'm gonna do this. Who is that? Let's see. You ordered one? It's a third party. Oh, so it is 24-hour crafts. I know 24-hour crafts does have them on Amazon as well. I don't know if there's any price difference. So I want to put this on here. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm really just going to take these little Jenga blocks and attach. I'm going to attach one to the back. Yes, it is the back. I don't want to mess that up and attach it to the front. So I'm going to attach it to the back, and I'm going to glue this to the frame. If you use this size, yes, it's 15.6 inch. If you use this size cat, the 8 inches wide on a 13.8 frame, you can actually also glue the tail to the frame because it fits differently. I'm going to get something that we can lean this up against while I make it. All right. This is my handy Made by Monroe Designs curl holder, but I'm going to put this on it and adjust this for you. Can you still see that? So I'm going to take the cat and I'm going to glue it here, whoops, as best I can. So I'm going to do that right now and then lean it against there for you. This is my heavy hand with the glue gun, but the truth is where the yarn meets, you can't really see it. All my nonsense glue. So I'm just going to press that down and pray that it holds. And then I'm going to put another Jenga block in the back to hold it up even better. Like I said, some people use pipe cleaners or floral wire and wrap it around somehow, but I really don't know how they do that. So there's the cat in its place, and I can secure it more later. I'm going to try to see. Jen, oh yeah, hey Jen, this is the first time you came? Or is first time you made it? I can't remember. So now I got to figure out what height I want these bells. So I put the ribbons in. I put the white ribbons in the red bells and the red ribbons in the white bells. So I'm just going to put this here. And then decide where I want it. You are welcome. I think that says Karen. Oh, right. You came in on another one. Might have been the mermaid. So I really want this as the closest to his paw. So I'm just going to tie it for right now and then put a dab of glue right at the top. This yarn is very forgiving. So if you don't like where you glued your strings, you can really go back. Let me see from the front if I like that. I don't think it's over far enough. You can really go back and kind of fix them. All right. So I'm just going to glue that back here. If you use white, like if you use a white thread, you can kind of just stick it through the yarn. But for this one, I was being like a little bit extra because I wanted that peppermint, like louder look to it. So I can't get it high enough. So that's how you attach the ornaments. I don't know why I'm having such a problem making this one the right height for the cat. I think it's because you're watching me. My son said to laugh at myself, which I usually do a pretty good job of, but this wreath, even though it looks super simple, is really not a simple wreath for me to make. You bought the cats, but you didn't know how to do it. Okay. You know what? When I did it the first time, I saw a picture of one, and my aunt was like, make this. It's still not high enough. My aunt was like, can you make this? And I did. So for me, it was a lot of trial and error. So I will fix this later, but for some reason, it doesn't want to stay for me. I will cut the scraps off and then it will the rest of the way be covered up by the bow. So is that high enough off the paw? I think. No. So this is ridiculous. I'm messing it all up. So I'm just going to cut it. I'm just going to cut it. I used to be a teacher. I can adapt. All right. It doesn't seem like I used to be a teacher right now. All right. So there's the first one. And when I am off camera, I will continue to adjust, I am sure. So then after that, you figure out alternating where you want to put these. And I don't like to put them all the exact same length. You use straight pins to hold the ribbon in place. You know, that's a fantastic idea, but the problem is I don't have straight pins. And I should, because I'm a crafter, but I don't. So I will do that, because that was one of the things with the cat. I was thinking like maybe you could attach like a thin dowel or something to the back and then put it, the cats were smaller than they looked. Whoever just said that, that's because they sell them by width, not by height, which I didn't always realize. So I'm gonna get pins because that's a fantastic idea. So I'm gonna glue this one right here. And if I hate where I glue them, then when you're not on here anymore, I'm gonna cut them and fix it. And the reason that that's so easy to do is because you're not gonna see any of that mess in this chunky yarn. It will not. So I have two. Because this is the 15.6 wreath and I didn't use the next larger cat, what I did was I used 5. But usually when people make this type of wreath, they use 4. And when I've done it with ornaments before, I have in fact used 4. You're making 2, one for your cat-loving granddaughter and dogs for your granddaughter. That's pretty cool. I'm making about a bazillion, and I just want to say that that post of the wreath that I made was by far, like no comparison, the most successful post I've ever had. It like pretty much went viral because more than 2.5 million people saw it. And I was absolutely blown away, just absolutely blown away. So my email inbox and my comments were so full that I couldn't even get to all the questions. I had to take out a notebook and write down every single email and message I received and what it was about. And I can't take any more cat orders right now because the reaction was just, the response was just overwhelmingly positive, and I'm very thankful for that. So you caught me live. I'm so excited, Tamika. I don't know if that's how you say it or if you have a nickname or whatever. Jen, my daughter would love when I was just talking about it. Listen, Jen is my friend, but she's also someone who has many of my wreaths at this point. Thank you. You are amazing as well. So now I'm going to put another red one on. And when I made the one I posted, I was going out of town for the weekend. And I was like, you know what? Let me just post a new wreath real fast before I go. Because I don't want to just like post memes and reshare reels. Let me just post it. And I drove 6 hours. And when I got there, I opened up my phone and I was like, oh my God, look at all these people. So it made for an exciting weekend, but the person I was visiting had had enough. They did not even want to listen to another minute of my nonsense. And I said, you don't understand, because this does not happen that over 2 million people see my posts. This is crazy. Like, this does not happen. The number of new supporters and, that I got every day from all of the shares just blew me away. Like, I'm so thankful to all of you who commented, reacted, shared, because not only did I feel good about this wreath in particular, but it just made my page get seen, and all my posts after that were then a lot more successful as well. So I have 3 now. I need to move this one over a little bit. because I don't see how I'm going to fit 5. My spatial intelligence is lacking right this minute, because I'm not looking at it on my board. If you were smart, you would actually measure it. Thank you so much, Jen. And sometimes you post something and you think, like, this is the greatest wreath I ever made. And then, like, there's not much of a response. I did this one wrong. You guys, you didn't tell me. I did it wrong. That's what the chunky yarn does. It doesn't matter that I did it wrong because it didn't mess it up any. I'm just sad because I really worked hard to get that one in place. So when I put this wreath up, I really didn't think everyone was going to go crazy and ask me a million questions. I really didn't think that. So I was blown away. So thank you, everyone. I told my son this live is going to be a hot mess because I can make these wreaths and I made a lot of them, but it's not something like that I'm comfortable teaching a whole bunch of people because I make so many mistakes and like change things a million times because I don't like how they are. And he's like, Mom, just make fun of yourself. It's fine. Just, you know, be real, make your mistakes, make fun of yourself. That's how it is when you're making things. So that's the reality of it. I know I see more people commenting. Hi, Chris. Thank you. Hi, Angela. Thank you, new follower. I don't go live much. I need another ribbon now because I totally messed up that situation. So now I am going to cut another piece of red. So I happen to have these bells on hand when I made it from another project. So if you came on late, just to let you know, they're from Hobby Lobby and they come in a pack of 6. And they come in a pack of 6 and they have green ones too. Like not a traditional Christmas green, like a Grinchy green. So I'm going to make this one higher. So if anyone is getting this wreath from me and it's not like the same heights as the other one because I'm not looking at it because I'm recording with my phone, please forgive me. My neighbor Stacy was on, so maybe I'll ask her. I have no idea how I did it before. I need to fix this one. All right, and then the last one is going to be super hard to do because they're very close together. So I did it again. This is what happens when you go live. You use the wrong ribbon, you cut things wrong. Like, I need the white one, which I temporarily lost. Oh, here it is. I know it looks very organized behind me if you were here since the beginning, and I'll show you again at the end because you have to ooh and ah over all of my shelves. You're still here, Stacy. Stacy would be like, I don't want that one. So I'm going to show them to you. All right. I noticed that none of my family members are on, which sometimes they are. Thank you. I think that says Mindy, but I got to tell you, Misty, see, that just shows you So I probably will have to move up this white one a little and this red one. So as I put the bow on and stuff like that, as I do that, then I might have to adjust these little. So that's how it looks right now. Sorry, the lighting isn't that great. So now I'm gonna make the bow. And my disclaimer about the bow is that I am very, very bow challenged. And I've been practicing a lot. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. And the first successful bow I made was when I was with my sister. And I'm not really sure how it was successful. I think it was because she calmed me down and because I couldn't just like throw it in the trash because she really wanted it. So there's that. But then I bought a kit from my friend Holly at Holly Hobbies. If you don't follow Holly Hobbies, please follow her because she's just amazing. And she does so many tutorials on her YouTube. And I just absolutely love her. So I bought her carrot kit back in the spring because I never bought a kit before and I just wanted to try it. If you could see my bow maker, there's so much glitter on here. And so I followed her directions on that bow. And then I had confidence to try other bows. So I started with simple things. And this is a pretty simple one. There's like so much glitter on here. This is a pretty simple one, but I made one bigger one for a Christmas tree and for other things. There are people that you can watch make bows and there's just so many loops and different ribbons and I understand how they do it, but that's because I'm still kind of a novice. So I started with this candy cane ribbon. This candy cane ribbon I found at Hobby Lobby. It's kind of thin. So you could, I guess, spray it with liquid starch if you wanted to make it stiffer after the fact, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to put it in my bow maker and I'm going to make my ribbons too big. And the reason why is because I did not keep track of how long the tails were. So I'm just going to make it go to the end here and pull it down. And you can do this with, I don't know, is it called the Bow Dabra or the Easy Bow Maker or whatever? Or if you're really multi-talented, you can do it with your hands. I absolutely have never successfully made a bow with my hand. Never. But I watch people and they're just like holding 500 loops and they do it. So then I'm going to pinch it. And since this is a one-sided ribbon, you have to twist it in the middle. So I'm going to put this at about 9 inches for the 15.6 inch wreath frame. Because I made that bow kind of big, but I'm only doing 2 loops of each color. So then I'm just going to pinch this and put it in. And then I'm going to pull it down. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it a little bit. And cut it. I'm not dovetailing it yet. And the reason why, because I know some people do it as they go. The reason why is I have no idea how long these tails are supposed to be. So that's the bottom ribbon. And then I came in 1 inch with the wide candy cane stripe ribbon, which I'm going to do next. I made a lot of peppermint-y things in the last 2 years. So when I made this cat, I used stuff that I had left over for a peppermint wreath that I made for my friend Jen, mostly. And then I bought like one other one. So now I'm going to use this. It looks two-sided, but one side is actually bolder. So same thing. I'm going to make the tail about the same, maybe just a tiny bit shorter. And then I'm going to twist. The twisting was not the thing that I was good at the beginning. I would do cheap bows, and there are ways to do bows without, hi Paul, there are ways to do bows like where you don't actually make them like this and you can just like stack them and glue them on top. And that's what I did before I knew how to make them. I don't know what's on here. It could be anything. So I'm going to twist it and go to 8 inches. Some people just eyeball this. People who make bows every day just kind of eyeball this. I said I'm bow challenged. I really am. So I can't do that. I really have to measure it. And then I'm going to cut the tail. And then the next one I used was this, which is actually my favorite one. Up close, you can see it's like super glittery and sparkly. This is also from Hobby Lobby. It's one of those things that I just bought because it was pretty, but now it's actually coming in handy, which is nice because that doesn't always happen. Sorry, I'm looking at my iPad to see if there are any comments because I cannot see my phone. If you are there and you have not, thank you for the sprinkles. If you are there and you have not already said hello, please leave a comment so I know later when I look through all this nonsense that you came. Kim Klein. Oh my goodness, you are here again. Thank you. Kim is a friend from high school. I'm going to make the tail shorter on this one because the little ones, I made the tail shorter. So this one I'm going to come in to 6 inches. So that's coming in 2 inches this time. And really, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with bows. I just was like messing around. And then yesterday I measured it just for all you. So going to about 6 inches again. And I'll fix these where the twists are and whatever before I put the zip tie on. Where is the, oh, there it is. If you think that this is just because I'm nervous, I'm telling you that this is how it really is when I make stuff. I'm a hot mess. I throw stuff on the floor. There's black yarn all over my floor, and I don't know how I'm going to get it off because it's like stuck in the floor. Hi, Penny. Loving learning. You know, I love watching lives. There are lives that I watch all the time, or try to, and it's fun. It's like watching a TV show for me, and I mean to do more, but then I don't because I don't know, I get stressed out or whatever, which is stupid because I was a music teacher for 25 years and I can't actually see any of you. You're sitting on the beach. Are you kidding me? You're both challenged as well. Listen, when I made this and I posted it, I was like, hey, my bow looks pretty good. And then people in the comments were asking me how to make a bow. And I was like, honestly, I'm bow challenged. So I will show you how to make this. But if you want to learn bows in general, you have to go to the pros on YouTube. The lady, I can't remember her name, Made by Monroe Designs. She makes the biggest, most beautiful bows, and she sells them on her website, and they're unbelievable. And when I got another product from her, I got a bow, and it's just like hanging up as a bow in my life. So here's the final one, and I also bought this for the peppermint wreath I made for my friend Jen, and I was like, I'm going to put this on here and make this a peppermint cat wreath. So this one I'm going to do at 4 inches. The part that is hard for me is the twisting. Some people are like super fast at this, and they can do it in their hands when they do the twisting. I'm always going to need a bow maker. And I don't know why I would even not have a bow maker. So this is the last one. I'm going to pull the tail down. And then it had like a little poof thing in the middle. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm freezing. Oh, it's not freezing. It's actually nice. So it's not beach nice, but it's nice, Kim. So I don't know how other people do poofs, but I do the little poof in the middle, like the little tiny loop in the middle. But I learned how to do this from a friend of mine, so this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to just take this little tiny piece and scrunch it up and put it in the middle. And then this whole mess is going to be my bow. Then I'm going to take a zip tie, and don't let me forget the pipe cleaner on this. You're curious too? What did Penny say that you're curious about? Anyway, so I'm going to lift this up, and when I see other people lift it up, it seems like super easy, but it's not for me. I'm terrified. I'm just going to drop it and mess the whole thing up. So I may have just hit 27,000 followers, but just know that I make a lot of mistakes and a mess and scream and throw stuff across the room sometimes because I can't do it and I need to come back to it later. I'm actually in awe every day of the support on my page and especially this particular wreath. So I put a zip tie around it and then I stuck a pipe cleaner through so that I can hang it onto, where did I get the bow maker? This bow maker is from Craft Outlet. It's called M's Bow and Go bow maker. And I have an easy bow, whatever, but I sent it to my sister in the mail because my storage problems have been great. So have been crazy. So you take these out and you can fold this one. My friend Carla's Clever Crafts had it, so I wanted it. A lot of people have the Bow Dabra that works too. And you can buy the Easy Bow Maker and the Bow Dabra online. I think they're even on Amazon. So I'm trying to tighten this. And then that's what it looks like when I first take it out. And I just want to tell anyone who buys a wreath and gets it in the mail from me or anyone else. Excuse me, I need a drink. The people who are handling our packages don't care that there's a wreath inside and that the bows and the mesh are getting squished. So when you get it, please adjust and refluff. Oh, you like the idea of holding it up? I'm going to show the other ones I made because I have 3 different colors because people ask for them. Refluff the bows and move the ribbon tails and poof the mesh out again. So I'm just going to pull this down. And then this is going to go this way. I wanted the little ones to go to the middle. And then this is going to go all the way to the middle. I don't know why I did that, but now that I did it that way, I have to do it that way. So I'm going to pull this to the middle and pull this to the middle. And as you can see, sorry, I'm not even holding it up. I was a hot mess. Very cool, Kim. I was a hot mess at how I cut the ribbons. Look at this. Like, why did I not even notice it? It's like 4 inches different. Okay, so now it's the loops. So you have to puff up the loops and then put them where you want them. So I'm going to do it the best I can to show you, but even after you put it on the wreath and you put it on the wall, you really should mess with it. So I went with this one, kind of on the bottom. I think this is the way I did it, but I don't have it in front of me. Then I pulled this one up, this one of my favorite glittery one that's getting all the glitter everywhere, including me. And then I'm going to pull this one to the middle and make that one poofy. So, I mean, it's getting more bow-ish, if you remember the picture. It's getting more like that. And then this piece in the middle, I'm going to puff that up a little. And then I'm going to very carefully cut some of this excess off without accidentally cutting any of the other ribbons. And maybe you don't do that, and maybe you do. So I'm saying that so you don't, and so that I don't. Because if I ruin this bow now because I accidentally cut a ribbon, I would cry. Like, I really would cry. My son Tim is not home right now, which is why I'm doing this. He's 22. And he'll be like, it's okay, Mommy. It's okay. Because he'll be having a fit and crying because I messed it up so bad. So when you see any of my wreaths and they look very detailed and, you know, like very detailed and with little mistakes. So that's how it looks before I cut the tails. Hi, Aunt Maggie. My aunt is on here now too. Just like Jen, my aunt has a ton of my wreaths. She got a dragon for my cousin TJ. She has that big pumpkin I made. She had the original cat that I made. She's the one that sent me the picture and asked me to make one 2 years ago. So she's really like the inspiration for this project, honestly. So I'm cutting these how I think they're going to go. But then if I hate them when they're on the wreath, I'm going to cut them again. But I want them dovetailed just so you can see the full, like, effect. So I actually, like, these are the ones I have to adjust what's on the wreath because I don't want anything to cover the ornaments that are hanging from the wreath frame. So when I show you this done, just realize I'm going to, you want everything I make. You want everything I make, and my sister Cassie wants everything I make. I don't know, like, how many of you watch my page a lot, you know, have regulars that are on there every day, and I'm on their page every day. I made a turkey recently. And I always show like the beginning and like middle parts of making something. So when I posted it like in a very early stage of making it, my sister Cassie said, I want it already in the comments. So she claimed it like immediately. So this is the finished bow before it is on the wreath. Like I said, this is fluffy. So if it bothers me, then I can spray it with liquid starch, but it probably doesn't matter. So let's get my wreath back. I'm not going to make the adjustments while you're here just because I might accidentally say bad words. I'm not even sure about that. It's something I do when I'm crafting. So, all right, let me see what middle is, because that's where I want to put this. So I'm going to put it on my lap for a second. Oops. It's a pipe cleaner though, so I can move it around. You can glue it if you want after you attach it with the pipe cleaner. I don't think I'm going to. I didn't with the last one. The only thing is I have to really like decide how high I want the bow. I think this is where I put it before. But I will look at the picture later before giving this one to anyone. Love the bow. Thank you, Aunt Maggie. So look, I smashed the bow, if you can see it. I smashed it while I was putting it on. So if your wreath looks like this when it comes in the mail and you send me a picture of the bow that looks like that, then I might cry. So put your hands in the loops. Pull it back where it's supposed to go. It's wire, so you can do that. All right. I don't think I put this up high enough. That's probably better. Oh. So that's how it goes, and I'm going to end up pulling these off to the side and cutting them so they don't cover the ornaments. So I'm going to decide when it's hanging on my wall how long I want the tails to be, and then I'm going to pull these down and decide exactly how long I want the tails to be. So that is the basic idea of the cat wreath. I just need to cut the ribbons, and I'm going to show you several other bows that I made yesterday. I was all about the bow maker yesterday. This is going to go on with green ornaments. It's going to go on 13.8 inch frame. So the ribbons are a little bit shorter, not much, maybe an inch. So, and this ribbon I bought 3 years ago because it was pretty, and now I'm using it. You just love the wreath. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And then I made a purple one. I couldn't find a fourth ribbon that I liked for the purple one, and I was going to use white, but the white did not good. Thank you, Penny. The white did not look good, so I just doubled the polka dot. And thank you, Paul. So I doubled the polka dot, so it looks like I'm a bow maker, but you saw me make that bow. It was not easy for me. And this one is a blue design. Somebody wanted blue. And so I absolutely loved this blue ribbon in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. I bought this one at Hobby Lobby, and I bought this one at Hobby Lobby. And I already had this, and I bought this like glittery blue when I did, thank you, Linda, when I did a Harry Potter thing. So I have all the Harry Potter colors of that. And I also made a peppermint one yesterday because I will be making 7 peppermint ones at least at this time. One last thing that I want to say, if you joined me later on, is thank you for the support. The growth of my page has grown like between 1,500 and 2,000 people since I posted this wreath. And so many of you shared it. Also, my nephew Tierney Howland is going to be helping me sometimes on my page, and we might be posting some of his things as well. I have posted him before because I paint pottery with him and do things with him when I'm in Arizona. So if you see the name Tierney on my page, that is my wonderful nephew who is very talented and is going to culinary school. So I did the best that I could. Thank you, Anne. I did the best that I could. Like I said, this is not a comfortable or easy wreath for me to make. Usually when I pick something to do live, it's something that I know is going to be comfortable and easy for me. Just like when I was a teacher and I was going to be observed, you like pick the lesson you're best at. I think the outcome of this wreath always comes out great, but the process is difficult for me. And I just want to make sure people who are trying to learn realize that it is not easy. Not any of the things that I make come easily to me. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. So just know that, like, if you're saying, how do you make this, or where did you buy that, or instructions, please, or tutorial, I will tell you some of the YouTube pages that I watch. Julie's Wreath Boutique, she can make anything. Carrie's Wreath Creation for all the petals. Holly Hobbies, she's on Facebook and I love her. And a lot of the things that I've made are kind of inspired by her, even though I don't do it exactly the way she does. So if you have any questions or suggestions, greetings from Europe. Hello. If you have any suggestions, like you have a better way to wrap the cat, or you have a better way to put the ornaments on, somebody said push pin, please put it in the comments, because I'm learning too. We're all learning. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will try to go live again soon. This will stay on my page if you want to watch it.